What is up, everyone? It is review time over here. Let's talk about the new movie, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. It's directed by Michael Showalter, and it's based on the true story of Tammy Faye and Jim Bakker, played here by Jessica Chastain and Andrew Garfield, respectively. They struggled to make a living when they were first married, but went on to create the world's largest religious broadcasting network. However, ultimately, it came to light that their success also involved a significant amount of scandal. So I went into The Eyes of Tammy Faye knowing close to nothing about the true events that the movie is based on. So that being said, their immense enthusiasm and very big personalities, they took a little getting used to for me. So much so that admittedly, early on in the movie, I was having a little bit of a tough time kind of drawing the line between the theatricality of the performances, or to be frank about it, the hamminess of them, versus what was earnest in them. But that's kind of the thing about The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Jim and Tammy Faye were once very popular televangelists with great showmanship who drew very big crowds and were extremely convincing with their rhetoric. This movie is largely about who they really were deep down. Is what they presented on TV the truth? What temptations are they susceptible to? How pure are their intentions and also their actions? So those very theatrical performances I was just referring to, it makes sense for the film. And ultimately, I do think the movie does a real solid job of peeling back those more caricature-like layers. And, listen, I'm not one to vouch for the veracity of the film here, but I will say it is mighty compelling, especially with Chastain in that lead role and also working as a producer on the film for that matter too. Yeah, she is a very talented actor, but I really do think that I was able to feel how close she was to the material while I was watching the movie. The real Tammy Faye was known for her big personality, her makeup, and eventually the fall of the Bakker Empire. Chastain is here to show who she really was behind all of that, and you can really feel the determination in that pursuit on screen. The movie really does have a kind of epic quality to how it covers Tammy Faye's journey, and while Chastain's interpretation does have I would say a pretty rock-solid core that's there throughout, she does take her through a good number of key transformative moments in the movie, and both the superficial and the deeply emotional changes involved in that, they are quite impactful here. And then a lot of what Tammy Faye experiences is just further amplified by the choices and the actions of those around her, particularly her husband, Jim. And listen, Garfield's great in the role, but this movie is just Chastain's show, and she runs away with it. And also, the movie is designed to be Tammy Faye's story. I actually did feel like we got a pretty full arc for Jim as well, but there just aren't as many shades to his experience. And you know what, now that I'm saying that, that might just be because it was who he was. Tammy Faye is a deeply emotional individual who, yes, likes fancy things in the empire they built, but there's more to it for her, whereas it seems Jim's focus narrows more and more and more as the story goes on. And also, the behind-the-scenes team here deserves a whole lot of credit for the success of their work and how it bolsters the production overall. The costume and the production design is just, it's kind of pitch perfect here. It's exactly what it needs to be, with the movie building towards visuals with that super vibrant pop of color to, well, reflect who the Bakkers were and the qualities that made them a hit. And whether it's recreating their show or capturing the more intimate moments in between, there's a real seamlessness to the flow of the movie that I found really winds up naturally strengthening this examination of their on-screen personas versus their true selves. All right, we're going to score this one now. I'm giving The Eyes of Tammy Faye 4 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale. This right here is some next level work for Chastain, but I would say a few of the supporting characters do wind up paling in comparison, maybe not making as big of an impression as they could have, not due to the performances themselves, but more so, I would say, the writing and how they're worked into Tammy Faye's story. For example here, I'm a very big fan of Cherry Jones, and I thought that she made the most of every single moment she had playing Tammy Faye's mother here, but I was left in a place of wanting more of her story. But again, I mean, this is Jessica Chastain's show, and she is delivering, and that turned out to be more than enough to make The Eyes of Tammy Faye a winner for me. It is a super effective and often sad and heartbreaking exploration of how one's pure intentions can be warped by those around them, fame and fortune, and also the media, while also functioning as a real curious examination of when one is at fault for the part they played in certain situations. All right, that's where I'm going to leave you on The Eyes of Tammy Faye. If and when you check out the movie, you know what to do. Jump into that comment section and share your own thoughts there, because I love hearing what you all think as well. Now, we got Patreon shoutouts. This is a great group right here. We got 6 of them. They are Avery, Iman, Corey, Craig, Paul, and Andrew. Thank you to the 6 of you. You've been here for a good while, and every single time I say your names, I am just reminded of how grateful I am to have your continued support. Please know it means the world to me. To everybody out there now, big thanks for watching this review. You know what you've got to do next now. It is liking and sharing it before you leave it, and then staying tuned, because I got more reviews coming your way very, very soon.